जय विष्णुपाद परम सपरिग्रह आचार्य श्रोत श्री भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय विष्णुपाद परम सपरिग्रह आचार्य श्रोत श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की वृंदावन धाम की नवद्वीप धाम की जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की गंगा माई की जय यमुना माई की जय तुलसी देवी की जय भक्ति देवी की युगधर्म हरिनाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatyuttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. So chant Mangalacharan also. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manopishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guroho Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakanitam Shra Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminditi Nami Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Nupesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarobhyascha Kripa Sindhu Vyayevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam karoti vachalam pangam langayate virim yatkipatam hamdesh. Hare Krishna. So welcome for our daily morning Srimad Bhagavatam discussion. And thank you once again for giving me this opportunity to discuss or speak Srimad Bhagavatam. So Srimad Bhagavatam is of two kinds, as all of us know. So one is Grandha Bhagavatam and another thing is Devotee Bhagavatam. So these are the two elements which are required for a conditioned soul to come out of these three modes of material nature, or to get out of the cycle of birth and death and attain Krishna Prema. And generally, that is what the whole Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, wherever we see, it is described like this. The heart is completely contaminated with the material desires of a conditioned soul. And how to purify that? By hearing Krishna Katha. That is what number of slokas in Bhagavatam tells. One famous sloka which all of us know is first canto, chapter 2, verse number 17. What is the sloka? Shanvatam swakata Krishna punya shravana kirtanaha ridyantosti abadhrani vidunoti suhrutsatam. So in this sloka, Krishna is telling, so the sloka tells, so whoever hears Krishna Katha, their hearts will be cleansed of all the material hankerings. And who will cleanse that? Krishna will personally cleanse it. He will enter the ears of a hearer and enters the heart, then he cleanses all the dirty things in the heart. So Krishna does this service. And is it just left only to Krishna, just hearing about Krishna? So Bhagavatam and book Bhagavatam, Grantha Bhagavatam and devotee Bhagavatam. So sometimes we have to take time to hear about devotee Bhagavatam also. So there is a similar effect. So when we hear about Krishna, and similar effect will be there when we hear about devotee also. So I was going through the 4th canto, 23rd chapter. So day before yesterday I finished it. At the last few verses which are very nicely mentioned in Bhagavatam. So the whole few chapters, 21, 22, 23. So it describes about Prithu Maharaj. How Prithu Maharaj came, how nicely he ruled. He is also mentioned as the Shaktavesh avatar of the Lord. His great ruling, and how he is a very nice devotee. And after the end of his pastime, so Maitreya Muni glorifies Prithu Maharaj. And the last sloka of the 23rd chapter of the 4th canto. So this says, Anudinam vidam adarena shinvan prutu charitan pratavan vimukta sangha bhagavati bhavasindhu potapade sacha nipunam labate ratim manushyaha. So here Maitreya Muni is glorifying those people, whoever hears this Prutu Charitam with adarena, with respect and adoration, whoever hears about Prithu Maharaj, their hearts will be cleansed and they'll be fixed in devotional service. Who is Prithu Maharaj? Is a devotee of the Lord. So following this point, Prabhupada writes in the purport, very important statement. So by hearing and chanting the glories of the Lord, and is not mentioning only the Lord, or the Lord's devotee, one can become firmly fixed in the service of the lotus feet of the Lord. And this is what we need in our day-to-day life. Firmly fixed in the devotional service of the Lord. Kaya, Vacha, Manasa. And how to do it? By hearing about the Lord and also hearing about the devotees of the Lord. So today is our topic. So we'll be discussing about one of a great stalwart Vaishnavas in our line, Srila Visvanatha Chakravarti Thakur. And tomorrow is the disappearance day of Srila Visvanatha Chakravarti Thakur. So let's prepare our consciousness for this auspicious day and pray to this great personality so that we also can get a drop of ocean of devotion what he has in our life also. I could research a little bit and I would like to put forward so that I also can get purified by hearing his pastime and describing about him. Of course, it will not take much time, but still it's very powerful and important. So Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, so he tells in his writings, he makes a statement that Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is the protector, guardian, and the Acharya during the middle period. That is during 1600, 1700, that is the time. So there are a lot of turmoils going on in the Gaudiya Parampara. So at that time, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur came to stop all these turmoils and establish Gaudiya Parampara as a proper bona fide one. And Saraswati Thakur, he writes in one of his prayers, glorifying Chakravarti Thakur, he writes Vishwasya Naturupaso Bhakti Ratna Padarshanat Bhakta Chakre Vatir Tattva Chakravartamaya Bhavat. So he tells, he who reveals the jewel of devotion to Vishwanath, that is Lord of the universe. That's the title of Visvanatha Chakravarti. The title, the definition of that full name is given. So Vishwanath. So there are two meanings given. The one who gives the devotion to that Vishwanath, to the people. That's why he's known as Vishwanatha. And Chakravarti. Chakravarti means chakra, circle. And he expands the circle of devotion around. That's why he's known as Vishwanath Chakravarti. Amazing, right? And one more thing is given, one more definition for this. He gave the path of devotion to the Vishwavasis, that is the people who are living in the universe. And Chakravarti means chakra, he who's staying all the time in the association of devotees. In this way also is known as Vishwanath Chakravarti. And who is this personality in Golok Vrindavan? In Gaur Gono Desh Deepika, so is a book written by Kavi Karnapura. So in this book, this great scholar writes, so who are these personalities in Chaitanya Leela corresponding in the Krishna Leela? So who is this Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur? So this Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is a Vinoda Manjari in the spiritual world. He is the Radharani's maid servant. He mentions that. So can we imagine about whom we are discussing? Who is a Parampara line? And famously, so Chakravarti Thakur is known as the crest jewel of all the Vaishnavas. He is the crest jewel amongst the Vaishnavas because of his pure devotion, mood, and its great scholarship, and its wonderful understanding of the loving relationship between Krishna and Radharani. So because of these various reasons, Chakravarti Thakur is known as the crest jewel amongst all the Vaishnavas. And Chakravarti Thakur, he has written 40 Sanskrit books in his life. And amongst them, so he has written extensive commentaries on Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, on many books of Goswamis, especially Rupa Goswami and Kavi Karnapura, and also on the books of Srila Narottam Das Thakur. And we know Srila Prabhupada, so when we discuss Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav classes, so we see Prabhupada quoting various number of commentaries from Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So Srila Prabhupada, dear Srila Prabhupada used these great souls commentaries also in his books. And there are many other books, so which are quite famous. So he's written books named as Krishna Bhavanamrita, Madhurya Kadambini, which we hear frequently, is written by Chakravarti Thakur. And he has also written Vrajariti Chintamani, Chambat Kada Chandrika, Swapna Vilasamrita, and Sankalpa Kalpa Dhruma. So these are the few famous books written by this great Acharya. And it was seen, so by our scholarly devotees also, so but many books were already lost. Only few are still remaining. So one day what happened? In a dream of Chakravarti Thakur, so Krishna came into the dream of Chakravarti Thakur and instructed him to write the commentary or the more detailed explanation on the books of Goswamis. So from that point of time, he started writing books, commentaries, more or detailed explanation on the books of Goswamis. Generally, these great acharyas would write books not in a room. So they go out under a tree or sitting beside the bushes and they would write the books. And everyone knows he is in Vrindavan at that time while writing the books. And everyone in Vrindavan are eyewitness. And while he is writing the books, there would some wonderful things would happen. So while Chakravarti Thakur was writing books, even though it's a quite sunny day, clouds would come, it seems, and stop the hot sun falling on the Vishwanath. So in this way, clouds protect Chakravarti Thakur. And similarly, when it's a fully rainy season and it's everywhere it's raining, but at that time, not even a single drop of water would fall on Chakravarti Thakur or in his manuscripts. This is how he's protected. How teachings are protected. So by hearing the pastimes of these great acharyas, we can understand how great they are and how fortunate we are that we are coming the same line. And sometimes he would sit besides the bush called Pilu bush. He would sit beside the Pilu bush and he would write all the books. And in Vrindavan, everything is conscious. There is no non-material. Everything is conscious. And he would talk to that Pilu bush itself while writing the books. See, this is how the Krishna Radha pastimes. He would talk to him. And Chakravarti Thakur was born in 1638 in Nadia district of West Bengal in a place called Prasiddha Deva Gram. So this is the place where he was born, where he appeared in technical terms. And his father named as Sri Narayana Chakravarti, and his mother name was not mentioned anywhere. And he has two elder brothers, and their names are Sri Ramabhatra Chakravarti and Sri Raghunath Chakravarti. So these are the two elder brothers. And Vishwanath is the final, the youngest one of the three. And from childhood, so Chakravarti Thakur would not be interested in playing games at all, just like Prahlad Maharaj. So we see Prahlad Maharaj telling to his friends, why are you wasting time in this childhood? We have to practice bhakti. Time is already lost. Kaumaram achane pragya. Dharman bhagavataniha. So don't waste time. We are already 5 years. We have already lost a lot of time. So let's practice bhakti. So this is the word even Chakravarti Thakur would have. So he would not waste time in playing with his friends. So he would sit and hear Bhagavatam from his elder brothers every single day. He would have Bhagavad Katha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya from his elder brothers. So while he was in 4 years of old, he used to chant thousands of Harinamicans, Hare Krishna mantra. Exact number is not shown. Thousands of them, many rounds he would chant at the age of 4. At the age of 4, what are we doing? We are chanting A, B, C, D. And Chakravarti Thakur is chanting the holy names of the Lord. And the surrounding people would look at him at the age of 4 and astonished how nicely he is. He's not at all wasting time in playing. He was just chanting the whole names of the Lord. And at that time only, he was known as Shrutidhara. Shrutidhara means? Yes. He would hear anything once and he would remember, retain, and he would repeat as it is. And he would remember all things even if he hears once also. And he would remember for the whole life. So in that way, he is the Shrutidhar. So same quality we can see in Saraswati Thakur also. So Saraswati Thakur is also Shrutidhar. So if he hears once, he'll never forget in his whole life. Even Chakravarti Thakur also has the same quality. And Chakravarti Thakur is also a great scholar. And there is similar pastime, which we see in Mahaprabhu's pastime also. How Mahaprabhu defeated one Digvijay Pandit. Same case is there here also, after 150 years later. So when Chakravarti Thakur appeared. So at that time also there was a person, Digvijay Pandit. Of course, Digvijay Pandit is a title given to a person. So Digvijay Pandit, a person who defeated all the scholars around him. Digvijay Pandit, in all the digs, that is in all the directions, he defeated all the scholars. So to this person, Chakravarti Thakur challenged in scholarship. And at that time, his age was 7. It's quite similar to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's also. So while he was 7 years old, Chakravarti Thakur defeated this Digvijay Pandit. Such a great scholar he is. And everyone were astonished. And this Digvijay Pandit, he was very morose after getting this defeat. How can this be possible? How this small 7-year-old boy can defeat this Digvijay Pandit? He was very morose. I am praying to Saraswati, why this happened? Why this happened to me? He was thinking like this. And later, Sri Rambhadra Chakravarti, who is Rambhadra Chakravarti? Is one of his elder brothers. So he comes and speaks to this Digvijay Pandit. She tells, do you know, Pandit, my brother, my younger brother, Visvanath, is actually an eternal associate of the Lord in the Golok Vrindavan. So that's why he could defeat you. You don't worry, don't mind, okay? Don't worry about this. And later, so he would hear Bhagavatam steady under the guidance of his brothers. And one day he finished whole Bhagavatam. He finished. And with the full joy, he came and told his brother, "Brother, I finished reading whole Bhagavatam." And his brother asked, Rambhadra Chakravarti, "So tell me, Vishwanath, so what is the conclusion of Srimad Bhagavatam?" So when this question was put in front of him, so Chakravarti was not able to answer. He was little hesitant what to answer. Then Rambhadra Chakravarti told, "Don't worry, go, read again, full Bhagavatam, 12 cantos, 18,000 slokas, and then come back." So as told, Chakravarti Thakur went back. Within 1 year, he finished all the 12 cantos. Anyone here? Within 1 year, he finished full Bhagavatam, 12 cantos, 18,000 slokas. Again, he came back. Again, he asked, "Okay, you finished once again? Very good. So what is the conclusion of Bhagavatam? Tell me now." Then Chakravarti Thakur told, "The conclusion of Bhagavatam is one should leave the home and stay in Vrindavan and serve Radha Krishna." That is the conclusion. And my brother, I'm going to Vrindavan now. And as he told, Rambhadra told, "Yes, you have understood Bhagavatam right now." And he left Vrindavan at the time. And this is the actual conclusion of Bhagavatam is. So when people say, "I read Bhagavatam," what is the conclusion? Have you left your home? Have you left for Vrindavan? So when you read Bhagavatam scrutinizingly, properly, this is what comes. Renunciation. Renunciation from this material world. And the attraction towards Krishna. Radha and Krishna. So this is the actual conclusion or the actual benefit of reading Bhagavatam. So giving up the enjoying tendency and just to want to be in Vrindavan. So in Prabhupada terms, so Prabhupada tells Vrindavan means being in Vrindavan consciousness. Having that consciousness all the time, thinking how to please Guru and Krishna. So this is called Vrindavan consciousness. If we are in Vrindavan and not thinking about Radha and Krishna, not thinking about the service of Krishna, then we are not in Vrindavan. But simultaneously we are in some other place, not in Vrindavan, but still thinking about Krishna all the time. That is Vrindavan. And Prabhupada tells in various purports and his lectures also, all the ISKCON temples in the whole world are not different from Vrindavan. Is it true? Actually, yes. But it is up to the devotees' residents in the temple to keep that Vrindavan consciousness. If the residents, devotees in the temple have this consciousness of Vrindavan, then the whole temple is not different from Vrindavan. Who is the devotee disciple of Srila Prabhupada? Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj. So in his final moments, all these disciples, God blesses, telling him, "Please go to Vrindavan. This is the final moment." He told, "No. My Guru Maharaj told every temple is of ISKCON is Vrindavan." And he was in Africa at the time. And he had full faith in this. And he left the body in the temple in Africa. How? Because he has that Vrindavan consciousness. So the conclusion, the one of the teachings from here is, by reading Bhagavatam, one should develop this Vrindavan consciousness. All the time in the mood of serving and pleasing Krishna. So after this, so Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur left his home and went to Vrindavan. So initially, so he stayed in Vrindavan in Bhajan Kutir of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami at Radhakund. And at that time, he formally received the dress of a renunciate. And then he got a name called Sri Hari Vallabha Das. So this was his name at that time. And his living and bhajan are like this. So sometimes he would live in Radha Gokulananda temple. Remember those who went to Vrindavan? So he stayed for some time there. For some time he stayed at Radha Kund, and sometimes he stayed at Govardhan. And he worshipped that Govardhan Shila, which is in the Radha Gokulananda temple. That what is that Shaligram Shila? Govardhan Shila, which is here. Remember the past time?
Krishna lifted that
That Shila only. Yes, one of the stone. Govardhan Shila. Gave it to? No. So Mahaprabhu gave it to Raghunath Das Goswami. And that same Shila, Govardhan Shila, is in Gokulananda temple. And Visvanatha Chakravarti Thakur every day he would worship that Shila. And there is a long history. I'll cut short it behind this Govardhan Shila. How it came from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Before that, how Mahaprabhu got this Govardhan Shila? Anyone of us know it? So let's hear. Small story, eh? One person. So there is a Brahmana or a great devotee. His name is Shankarananda Shankarananda Das. He was a great devotee of the Lord. So he would stay in Vrindavan, and he knows about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how this is the Lord himself. So he want to present something to Lord Chaitanya. So when he went to Puri, so this Shankarananda Das, he would worship this Govardhan Shila every day. And this Govardhan Shila is life and soul. And he took Govardhan Shila. So when he went to Puri, Jagannath Puri, he gave this to Mahaprabhu, Shankarananda Das. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave this to our dear Raghunath Das Goswami. And tomorrow is also appearance day of Raghunath Das Goswami. So Raghunath Das Goswami, so with this mood of intense renunciation, he pleased Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And few days back also we heard. So what is his renunciation? So initially when he left his home, after 40 days, he reached Jagannath Puri. 12 days? 40 days? 12 days. Every day he would run for 40 kilometers. 40 is that number. He would walk for 40 kilometers. And later after 12 days, he reached Jagannath Puri. And every day at the Srimadhwara, he would beg the alms. So whatever person people give, he will take and eat it. And Mahaprabhu got to know, very nice. And later, why, what is this mood? So I'm just waiting like a prostitute outside. Someone will give me something, aspiring for something. This is not a right mood. So later he left that also. He went to the prasadam booths. And they would get some prasadam and he would eat it. And later that he left that also. And wherever the cows, so for the cows, all these animals, whatever food left and rotten, that will be given to the animals. And when these animals also reject that food, at that time Raghunath Das would come, would clean all those grains and eat that. This is the renunciation of Raghunath Das Goswami. And Mahaprabhu heard this. He was very, very pleased. Very, very pleased with the renunciation of Raghunath Das Goswami. So by getting pleased with the renunciation of Raghunath Das Goswami, this Govardhan Shila, then Mahaprabhu gave it to Raghunath Das Goswami. Amazing pastime. So we can discuss more also. And Raghunath Das Goswami, in return, he gave it to Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Who is Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami? He is the author of Chaitanya Charitamrita. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, in return, he gave this Govardhan Shila to Mukunda Das. And this Mukunda Das gave it to Krishna Priya Thakurani. So this Krishna Priya Thakurani Mataji, so she is the daughter of Ganga Narayan Chakravarti. And this Ganga Narayan Chakravarti is one of the disciples of Narottam Das Thakur. And the nice pastime how Krishna Priya Thakurani got from Mukunda Das. So Mukunda Das, at one particular point of time, he was completely ill. He was deceased. He is not able to eat anything. He was completely bedridden, to such an extent that he was about to die also. So that was the condition at that time. So at that time, so Priya Thakurani thought, okay, this is the right time for me to do Vaishnava Seva. Let me serve this great Vaishnava. So at that time, so Krishna Priya Thakurani took this opportunity, and every day she would serve Mukunda Das very nicely. And she would make some nice medicines also, foodstuff, taking care of Mukunda Das. So by her service, Mukunda Das completely got out of the trouble disease. And Mukunda was very, very pleased with the Priya Thakurani. Then he gifted that Govardhan Shila to Priya Thakurani. See, now day-to-day life also, so of course we should be in the association of devotees, and we should take the opportunity to serve all the devotees. Need not be only when they are sick. When they are sick. No. Of course, when devotees are sick, so we should take more opportunity to serve the devotees. We can leave our personal service also, no problem. Our preaching will go for toss, no problem. So when devotees are sick, it's our not just opportunity, it's our responsibility to take care of those devotees when they are not proper. So when those devotees are taken care very nicely, then Krishna will send more devotees to us. Sometimes we have this thing in the mind, Prabhuji, I also have many services. My services are the personal services. How can I take care of this devotee? Of course, that complication will come. But under the guidance, we have to try to serve the devotees. Because one thing, what happens when the devotees are ill and they're not taking care properly, obviously, they'll get bad impression. I had a few cases also like this. And some cases, they are, so it's mentioned, heard also from senior brahmacharis. Some devotees leave the ashram is because of this. Because of this impersonalism. When devotees are ill, they're not taken care properly. And they'll think, Hare, than this, my family is only better. They'll take care of me properly, nicely. So why to stay in this impersonalist, in the ashram? So let me leave. And many brahmacharis leave because of this one. Health issues. Of course, health issues are there, they can go through. But when devotees are not taken care, that's the problem. I also faced similar issue. I also not able to serve that particular devotee nicely. I heard this. So devotees are not taking care. But of course, that devotee is very strong. He is very merciful also. He continued. He is continuing also still. So very important lesson for as a brahmacharis, as a temple residents. So when devotees are not ill, other devotees, even at the sacrifice of our own service, no problem. We have to serve, take care of the devotee. When these devotees are taken care very well, then Krishna will send more devotees. Because everyone is part and parcel of Krishna only. Na? So he will see, to whom should I send? So that he can nicely come back to me. So very, very important lesson. So in this way, Krishna Priya Thakurani pleased Mukunda Das. And Mukunda Das so gifted this Govardhan Shila to Priya Thakurani. And from Priya Thakurani, that Govardhan Shila passed on to our dear Visvanatha Chakravarti Thakur. So looking at the devotional mood and the scholarship of Chakravarti Thakur, so Krishna Priya Thakurani gave that Govardhan Shila to Chakravarti Thakur. And during that time, so there are a lot of deviations in Gaudiya Parampara. Many, many deviations came up. 13 upper sampradayas. So Saraswati Thakur and Bhaktivinoda Thakur gives the list. Category of upper sampradaya. So at that time it's very, very vast, spreading everywhere. So at that time, Chakravarti Thakur fought vigorously to remove these deviations. He has written various books condemning this. And we need to various debates also. How these upper sampradayas are not at all correct. They're completely deviating. So Radha Krishna worship is not done in this way. So he fought very vigorously. So there is one pastime happened in a public debate. So public debate is going on from these Sahajiya scholars, the other people. not sahajas, they are one kind of devotees only, some scholars. So these scholars are not accepting that Radha Krishna loving affairs or the Krishna's pastime or loving affairs with Radha gopis as the highest form of worship. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted this. That the loving affairs between Krishna and the gopis is the highest form of expression of love. And some scholars are not accepting this. So they had a public debate on this topic. And Chakravarti Thakur, so with this learning and scholarship, he defeated the scholars. He established at the point, yes, Krishna's relationship or the gopis' love for the Lord is the highest form of expression of love. And Chakravarti Thakur defeated all the scholars at that time and during that place. And because of this, what happens? And obviously, the scholars got envious of Visvanatha Chakravarti Thakur. They got defeated, no? They got insulted. And these people became so evil-minded that they're plotting to kill Chakravarti Thakur. Same case in Saraswati Thakur also. When he defeated many upper sampradayas, many people tried to kill Saraswati Thakur also. So we can see how much sacrifice these great acharyas have done to give us a proper understanding of the scriptures. So every day Chakravarti Thakur, so we'd go on to Vrindavan Parikrama, Gaudam Parikrama. He has a daily schedule. He would have his program, full day schedule, Parikrama. And everyone in Vrindavan knows this. So where he would go, at what time he'll come back. So these evil-minded people, they plotted to kill Chakravarti Thakur, waiting at one place on the way of Parikrama. So at that time, there was a small lady, beautiful girl came. Nearby, in the leaves, she was plucking the flowers. And they got deviated from their mission. And they asked her, this girl, Hare Krishna, have you seen Chakravarti Thakur going this way? And that girl tell, no, I think I seen him. Now he suddenly got disappeared. He left. So while this girl is speaking, it's mentioned she radiated a beautiful fragrance or radiance that deviated these personalities from their mission. And they asked her, this girl, who are you? Whose child are you? Whose daughter are you? And this gopi told, I am Srimati Radha Rani's maid servant. Radha Rani is in her in-laws house right now. So she asked me to get the flowers. So I came now. So after telling this, immediately this gopi turned into Visvanatha Chakravarti Thakur. And this gopi is none other than Chakravarti Thakur. And gopi's name is Vinod Manjari was personality. And after looking at this all avid-minded people, they fell at the feet of Chakravarti Thakur, seek his forgiveness. And Chakravarti Thakur forgave them. And later their hearts got transformed very nicely. So with the influence of Chakravarti Thakur, they became nice devotees of the Lord. And there are many other books Chakravarti Thakur written. So one of the book is Mantrartha Deepika. So this book very elaborately explains about the Kama Gayatri. So all the second initiated devotees, they chant. So there are 7 Gayatris. So one of the Gayatri is Kama Gayatri. So he has written a great explanation, great detail about this Kama Gayatri in a book called Mantrartha Deepika. And he writes in the book, whoever chants this Gayatri Mantra, Kama Gayatri, they will take birth in Vrindavan, it seems. So what should we do then? We should take second initiation. But first is the first initiation, then later is. And while writing this book, he was referring Chaitanya Charitamrita. At one particular sloka, Chakravarti Thakur got completely perplexed. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he in one of the sloka in Chaitanya Charitamrita, he writes about Kama Gayatri. And after reading that, he got completely confused. What is that perplexity? What is that? So this is exactly Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, 21st chapter, verse number 25. So where Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami describing about Kama Gayatri. So he tells, Kama Gayatri mantra rupa hoya Krishna swarupa sada chavisha aksara tarahaya se akshara chandrahaya Krishna kari udaya trilagat kaila kamavaya. So this is Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is identical with the Vedic hymn known as Kama Gayatri, which is composed of 24 and a half syllables. Listen carefully. Which is composed of 24 and a half syllables. Those syllables are compared to the moons that rise in Krishna. Thus, all the three worlds are filled with desire. Now, actually, if you see in Kama Gayatri, there are 25 syllables. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he writes 24 and half syllables. So after reading this translation, after reading this, Chakravarti Thakur got perplexed. How could this happen? Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is also a great scholar. He is writing Chaitanya Charitam, just imagine. And Chakravarti Thakur is also a great scholar. And he was perplexed over a long time here. And he's thinking, how it's happened? How? He was sitting at the banks of Radhakund, is thinking, how can this happen? Definitely Acharya will not tell wrong. And he was thinking like this. So in this way thinking, he's not able to get the answer for this. So that's why he decided to fast till death. He made a statement. If I cannot understand the syllable of the mantra, how can I understand Krishna? If I cannot understand Krishna, what is the use of this life? Let me die. We cannot imagine the mood of Acharyas. Says thinking, if I cannot understand the syllable of the mantra, where can I understand the Krishna? If I cannot understand Krishna, what is use of this life? Let me end this life. So with this mood, he started Amara Nirahara Diksha. Fast till death. He started this. So this should be a mood of intense devotee. So what is the use of this life without attaining Krishna Prema? Of course, we cannot take this mood. I will fast till death. Definitely, we cannot fast. One Nirjala Ekadashi, it's enough. Vishnu Panchak is enough. If I don't get food, I will die. And he was doing this. He took this great tapasya. So looking at him, one day, in the dream, in the night, Radharani came. So Krishna came first. Now Radharani is also coming. So this is a great parampara we are in. Lordships are coming in the dreams of these great devotees. Anyone got Radharani? Krishna in your dreams. Maybe the one who come for FO in a they get. They tell so bhavuk they are. So one day Radharani comes in the dream of Chakravarti Thakur. What is the name of Chakravarti Thakur when he went to Vrindavan? When he took this renunciation? Sri Harivallabha. So she was telling Radharani, oh, Sri Harivallabha, get up. So whatever Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has written in Chaitanya Charitamrita, that particular sloka, it's correct. It's perfect. There is no wrong in it. And for this, the explanation is given in a book called Varanagama Baswadi. In this book, you can find the answer. So you can get up and read this book. So after getting up from his dream, he was searching for this book, Varanagama Baswadi. And he got the book, and it's very rarely seen. So in this, very rare grammatical rules of Sanskrit is given. So after reading the book, then he was peaceful. Okay. He was okay with that. then he was peaceful. So very interesting pastime. I just thought of discussing this. So when Chakravarti Thakur became old, so he was staying in Radhakund. When he retired from his, so in the old age, he retired from his writing of books. He retired from the preaching also. And he was completely in Samadhi, completely absorbed in the chanting of the holy names of the Lord. It's another important teaching for us also. In the fag end of life, so there will no energy to speak. There is no energy now for us to go, to stay a few days outside in a week and come to the ashram. At the fag end, it's not possible, no? Very difficult. So this is the time to be completely absorbed in chanting the holy names, remembering the pastimes of the Lord. So if you're not getting that taste in the holy name especially, the old age will be very, very difficult. It will be torturous. So even at that age also, if you're having the mood of tendencies to this sense gratification, if I have mood of sense gratification, it implies that I don't have taste for Krishna consciousness. And the sense object are always strong. And our acharyas and the scriptures also tells. So we heard that thing, right? All the five senses, which are human being, are very, very strong. So what are the five senses we have? Eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin. So skin also can be compared to dead genitals. So touch. So this is a sense organ. So which is that animal for whom the touch is very, very strong? The sense organ is very strong. Elephants. Yes, their genitals are very, their sense of sex is very, very strong. So they cannot control their senses. So this is the way how the circus people who are there now, they trap the elephants, male elephants. They train the female elephant very nicely. So they'll put the female elephant in front of the male elephant far distance. And this male elephant will get attracted to the female elephant. And this male elephant will go behind the female elephant. And on the way, there is a big ditch. And the elephant falls down, finish. And she'll be kept there fasting for many, many days. And after many days, the circus people will come and they'll provide some food. And the elephant will start thinking, oh, these are the people who helped me, who gave food. Now, whole my life and soul should be for these people. And this elephant, foolish elephant, starts serving these people. So in this way, elephant gets trapped because of strong sense of touch. For eyes, moth. So these moth are flies. They look at the blazing fire and they'll think, oh, so very nice, bright, let me go, 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 go. And they'll get burnt, finished. Their life is gone. For ears, deer. So deer's ears have sense of hearing is very strong. And they want to hear nice music. And the hunter plays nice music. And the deer hears very nicely. Meanwhile, he'll hunt the deer, finish. In this way, deer gets trapped. Nose? Honeybees? Taste is honeybees. For the tongue, honeybees. So honeybees come inside the lotus flower. They want to drink honey and go. But in the evening time, that lotus gets closed. So at that time, when they're drinking happily that honey, lotus gets closed, they are dead. So in this way, honeybees get trapped. For the nose? No. I think for the nose is honeybees. For the tongue is the fish. Yeah. So fish want to eat anything and everything. So that's why they'll fish catcher, they'll put that bite inside the water, catch, finish them. So for each and every animal, the five senses are there. For every sense, if you take for these specific animals, one of the senses is very, very strong. But for human beings, all the five senses are very, very strong. And we know this very well. Even after coming to the path of Krishna consciousness, chanting 16 rounds, trying to stay in the ashram, but still our senses are so agitating, correct? No? Especially on Wednesday, Thursdays, and those idlis made. At least myself, I cannot control. So the senses cannot be controlled. Very, very strong to control the senses. So basically, it's a lower taste which we have. So until and unless we get this param drishtwani varta, the highest taste, higher taste in Krishna consciousness, the fag end of life, old age will be very difficult. At the old age, just think if you're thinking about sex and the body is fully bedridden, we cannot do anything. And they're just thinking about sex. What will the situation? Gone case. And thinking about that, a person dies. What will become the next life? So important lesson to be learned. So at the old age, at least, that is the age when we have to relish Krishna consciousness. It's not a time of practice. Practice we have to